Kia ora, Capricorn. Thanks for joining me. This is your new moon in Aries reading. It's only, I don't know, like less than a day away now. And we're also on that time in the year where we can celebrate the equinox, this shift, change, stepping over into a new season in the year. So that's something to mark with however you choose to recognize it. So let's get your cards out here. As I always say, take what resonates, excuse me, leave what doesn't. There are a lot of titles, a lot of videos. Don't worry about time frames so much. If a title stands out, check it out. Check all the videos out on here. And thanks again for liking and subscribing. It really helps to keep the video's been seen by more people, actually, so that's a wonderful thing, and I do appreciate it. But let's get your cards out. We're just using the Morgan Greer first today. The Two of Swords has been coming up. I always look for cards, you know, that seem to be coming up again and again in these readings, and the Two of Swords seems to be having its day to day. Of course, we always see a new moon in that card. Just one more card for Capricorns, please. Okay, and then we always go through and clarify with a few other decks. Excuse the light, it's very wild and windy and grey today. So we come out here with the King of Pentacles, a very benevolent king, of course, reliable. Very reliable. I mean, I guess this could be you yourself, Capricorn. It could be you yourself. Or someone in your life. I was just looking at something there. So really reliable. Obviously, we're talking king. You know, it's just those particular I guess male qualities. It's not about gender, male principles. I'm not talking about gender here. We have this reciprocal, very generous character, Six of Discs. We're really walking the line. We're walking the line of flow. Because there's really, we're not giving for any result, for any MO. We don't have a modus operandi for being generous. We are just existing within that flow zone at the moment, which is really lovely, and listening to guidance, I guess, listening to your own personal guidance here with this Two of Swords, because we are making a decision, or we will be making a decision based on more so how we're feeling is the deciding factor, not so much about the practical wherewithals, what we see, etc. We're making it based on our intuitive faculties here. And then we've got the Nine of Discs, a card of great independence. Yes. We have the things around us that we value, that we require, that we need. It's a wonderful card. I guess the two aspects, two other aspects of that great sort of level of independence is that sometimes you know, there's either not a lot of room for anyone else, or there's a tendency maybe at times to feel a little bit alone, you know. But it's a beautiful card, nevertheless. With everything, there's always beneficials, and there's always things that can be a, you know, challenge. So let's just go through and clarify with the Thoth deck, Capricorn, for this new moon in Aries. Speeding up. It's going to go boom, off like a rocket soon. time seems to be even speeding up, does it not? At the moment, I know I always say that. Okay, I was blabbering on there, wasn't I? Okay, so we're looking at the Ten of Pentacles, and we see this wonderful thing here, is that there's a, the King of Pentacles really doesn't get to be a king, I guess, without, well, no, that's actually not true, without having a good manager, having a good farm manager, you could say, with this Knight of Discs. This Knight really knows where everything needs to go. I mean, where, things get sent, things get organised. It's the organiser. This is the Knight of Discs organises everything, keeps everything going, keeps everything in good, reliable, solid fashion. The Prince of Discs has already done that sort of composting, planting of the seeds and all of that. But this Knight comes to manage all of the fruits of those efforts, and keeps everything going. With that, we have the Ten of Discs, another disc. It's very disky, Capricorn. It's very disc orientated. In this Ten of Discs, which is called wealth, we see generational inheritance. We see, and I mean that not necessarily all about the coin. I mean in terms of inheritance through the lines, through generations. Our values, our loyalties, all of that sort of thing. Our family, where we belong, where we stand, the understanding of that. And the strength that gives us, actually, ideally gives us a large level of strength. So it's pretty solid, Capricorn, here. It's looking pretty solid. The Ten of Discs also will herald, the end of that cycle, or the end of that suit. Obviously, it is the end of the suit. It's a 10. It's a point whereby we understand all of that which lies in Malkut, on the tree of life, in the physical world, the fruit on the tree. We understand all of it and what it is in our life. Six of Discs, very, as I say, very disky. And then we've got that 9, 9 of Discs at the end. 6 of Discs. For a minute there, it was a 6 of Cups. 6 of Discs. The scales are like little cups, measuring out. Back to business, Capricorn. 6 of Discs. To clarify, we have the High Priestess. As I said, so many similarities in some ways, except this is about making a decision, of course, being a 2. We still have the prominent sort of new moon in there. So we've got the High Priestess, the highways and byways, the information that this goddess, priestess, this oracle holds for us, intrinsically for us alone. It is that little, what do you call it, that little join or connector. What do you call them? Like putting pipes together and stuff. That little connector that's like there's a wee valve on it, and when we seek guidance, we get invited. I mean, it's probably not a really good analogy, but we get invited beyond the veil here, beyond this physical, tangible world. There are many other realms on this planet, in the in the atmosphere, I guess. So we get invited beyond the veil. It is our connection with the divine, the high priestess, and all the information that is held within there. We can decipher that in the physical world, but to allow that, it's what I'm getting in these readings, is like having this internal reed or flute, you know, and that we're receiving kind of stuff up and down this, in and out, whatever way you want to look at it. But that's how we receive the other information, is through that internal channel that goes through us. I mean, this information passes through us, whatever that happens to be, if you get my drift. So let's look at the two. So we're really kind of, I've got to say here that it's benefiting. It's a benefit to other people that you are quite connected at the moment, if that makes sense for some Capricorns out there. It's really benefiting the people in your life, is what I'm trying to say. Two of Swords for Capricorn, please. Two of Swords. We've got the Page, or should I say the Prince of Wands. Two of Swords, there's a decision here, obviously, in the Two of Swords. That's coming from, as I said before, I think not what you see, but what you feel. We've got the Prince of Wands, to clarify that. Now, the Prince is sort of hot and cold, maybe oscillating between some things here, because there are other people involved here with you, Capricorn. As I said, it's really good for them that you're following this your own guidance, is what I mean. So we clarify that. Two of Swords. What am I getting at here? We're getting at this experimental, youthful energy. There's a lot of vitality here. There might be a level of impulsiveness, yeah, but it serves a purpose. There's room for experimentation. There's a lot of freedom. There's a lot of freedom here. And with that, we had another card coming out. Speaking of it benefiting other people, we've got the Magus, the Magician, coming out here. It just says to me, whatever kind of messages you're getting, whatever, listen to your dreams, write your dreams down. It's listening to this, it's like a radio, So you turn it on to a different frequency and you start to hear, I don't know, something from somewhere else that you've never heard before, maybe, or that you have, but it's a new frequency or something. We've got the Magician holding the wand with all the tools in the toolkit. This is pretty key to suggest, I suppose it's just what I'm seeing from it is that some pretty wild, interesting things, potentials are opening up here for you and for the people around you, because this is not a singular dingular, even though we've got that 9 of discs at the end, the independent person. There are other people here. So let's look at the 9. The Magician is skimming, jumping around here, there, and everywhere. The 9 of, what was I saying? The 9 of Wands. I think we're just getting to the end of these readings. I've done them all today, so excuse the scratchy sort of voice here. Looking at the 9 of discs, we just had the Magician with the experimental. I think it's just saying, it's really important to allow yourself to be experimental, to take some risks, to just do, do these things at this current time. Because I don't believe that you can go wrong within this. Nine of Discs. I think I'm repeating myself, but we've got the Death card. So we're talking a transformation. Now, whether it's a transformation of this level of independence, I see it more as a transformation in terms of what you value, of what you're valuing, potentially for some Capricorns out there. It's a shift in that. It doesn't have to be overly dramatic, It's just a shift in that. There's an opening. There's an opening up. And the thing is that whether that's on personal level, whether it's just the way that you feel about life, there's an opening up, and you are incredibly well protected here. Incredibly well protected. I just thought I'd pull one extra card. I don't know why. We got the Seven of Discs, so another disc. And the Seven of Discs is about reviewing your energetics, reviewing the practicalities as well. Like, what did I gain from that season? Did I get lots of carrots, or did I get a few pumpkins and that was all? But it's actually more than that. As a 7, it is about assessment, obviously, but it's about being able to change. It's about being able to shift your approach to any given situation. This is the beauty of getting the Magician coming up here, actually, is that knowing that you're the conductor. You're the conductor of your own orchestra, Capricorn. And so you can go shift things in whatever way benefits or is a good choice for you and those around you. It's really beautiful reading, actually. We'll get a Brian Farad pixie for a little fairy glimmer. For Capricorn at this new moon in Aries time, which is very action orientated. Action, yeah, and it is speed, talking of things speeding up, a quickening, all of that. We've got a collective of pixies. You've got a lot of support, Capricorn. You've got a lot of people celebrating you at the moment. A lot of people celebrating you, and we have taken the Self, 360-degree turn on the head of a pin. Would you believe it? Well, believe it. This is faster than the eye can really focus on. It's mercurial, shifting, twisting. It's like the effervescence in a glass of bubbly. That lovely sound. I love that sound. Now, bubbling over. Let's see, Capricorn. I also do like bubbly. Not just the sound. We'll get a Kim Cran's Animal Spirit card. We've got one which is totally appropriate for, in some ways, for this new moon in Aries. So we've got two here. We've got the fire ant. I don't really see it as an irritation. I see it as kind of pushing yourself to the limits, pushing yourself forward and onward, and having that strength and stamina to do so. The lovely thing about this is, so we've got the fire ant. We've got the fire ant. We've got that central, which looks like a sun, that solar. We're drawn to it. We're drawn to the light. you could say. But we also have the beautiful bee. We've got the beautiful bee working hard. Working hard, Capricorn. Make of that what you will. I hope you got something from it, and I hope you have a wonderful, wonderful equinox time. Celebrate in the way that feels right for you, and take care, Capricorn. Enjoy this week, and take good care. Ka kite. See you next time. Oh, and thanks for all your likes and subscribes and all of that. I do appreciate it very, very much. Ka kite.